were three wise men from the east who had knowledge of the stars. A peculiar-looking star, the Star of David, led them to a quest to seek for and worship the King of Nations. Herod the Great heard of the birth of the king who might be a threat to his power. When the three wise men graced his palace, Herod hid his true intentions and communicated instead that he was seeking for the King of Nations too. The wise men were unaware that a mass killing for male infants was taking place. The same star led the wise men to an animal shed. When they saw Jesus, they were filled with joy and worshiped him. They showered him with gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And before they departed, they told Mary and Joseph that King Herod wanted the child to be killed. This narrative in the Gospel of Matthew becomes a source for the tradition of gift-giving that takes place every Christmas season. But apart from the virtue of generosity, there is another that needs to be learned: the virtue of seeking. The three wise men were of different backgrounds. Coming from the East, they represented religions, cultures, and traditions that were different from the Jews. Yet, the good news of salvation was also brought to them. The presence of the star in their midst symbolized the heritage of salvation, which is accessible to all. Looking for God was not man's pure effort. The three wise men had illustrated that it was God who had found them. God made the star a heavenly representation of himself. They thirst for God just as they thirst for knowledge. They made themselves receptive and allowed God to guide them. In the end, they became happy, reminding us of the first beatitude. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of God. Oftentimes, we take God for granted. We have become complacent with our own success and merits that we fail to thank God for the gift of salvation. Instead of making worship a priority to start off our week, we seek for happiness elsewhere. We become numb to God's presence and forget that having a share in God's kingdom requires remaining in His love. As we look at the three wise men in the animal shed, may we be reminded of their humility and yearning. To remain in Him as source of our true happiness also requires self-denial on our part. We must not make ourselves the center of our lives. We need to expand and let the God-given gifts bear fruit. To let love bear fruit is the most amazing gift that we can give back to God for all the blessings He has showered upon us. Only in this way we can take part in the joy of the three wise men.